My name is Nariba Shepherd.
And I'm Justin Arnett Graham. And this is Terms of Service. And we're back.
First take, let's go.
Yes, oh my God. So
what a time.
excited.
How are you?
And I'm fine. You know, it's been a whirlwind, but you know, we're doing our best. And,
that's all we can do.
You know, and just trying to prioritize boundaries,
Yes.
mental health,
Yes. Oh
all
my God.
the other shit, you know. Yeah, I know.
Are you cosplaying me?
I'm like a new type bitch right now.
Oh,
you know,
dang.
she feeling real brand new.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it is what it is. How are you?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Okay. You want to expand on that?
I just work a lot, and then when I'm not working, I'm just like consuming so much reality TV that my brain is like turning into a blob. But I
fair.
think that's what I want.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
think like my brain has like 3 constant like thoughts at all times.
Got it.
And it's like, please, 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 Sabrina Carpenter, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, and then 1,000 Miles.
Vanessa Carlton?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Got it.
yeah,
Okay.
that's where
Fair.
I'm at emotionally. Mm-hmm. It's like 2 white bitches on either side, and then Kendrick Lamar just like Pulitzer prizing it.
Shaking it
That's
up.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's where I'm at energetically.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I guess welcome to it. I guess,
Donka.
you know.
Where are we? Is this season 3?
No, it's season 4, babe.
Oh shit! Wait, what episode is this?
I have to check my notes.
Okay.
But I was just like, but
I
it's
didn't know this was season 4 energy.
It's season 4 energy, babe.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, I know that we've been on a little bit of a hiatus.
Well, we were on an intermission because life was happening.
Life was lifing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, but like I said, we do what we can.
Yes.
And one foot in front of the other. And yeah, I, as always, am very excited for our guest. What is funny about this guest is I randomly had met her, and then once I met her, I saw her fucking everywhere. Okay, so not only is she a kiki and a vibe, I'm so happy that she's here. My dear, if you could come to the mic and introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Terms of Service fam.
Word.
Thank you.
Yes. So who are you?
I am Desiree, aka Desi.
I know that's right, girl.
Desi stands for Don't Ever Say Impossible,
Ooh.
Oh,
because I make things happen.
Dang.
okay, that's one hell of an intro.
All right, and we're gonna close out.
You're just like, and it's a wrap, and it's a wrap. So I was just like, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the flip side. But no, thank you again for joining us. And I, you know, we got to keep this tradition alive.
Yes. What's your sign?
You want to guess?
No.
I'll give you the element.
Okay.
It's air.
If you are an Aquarius.
Nope.
Okay. I was about to be like, okay.
She can't handle that.
No. Are you a Scorpio?
No.
They're also like water babies.
Yeah.
But Scorpios be cosplaying air signs sometimes.
Damn, not the read down. Okay.
Oh no.
I mean,
Okay.
it's giving read down. But you know.
Are you a Libra?
No.
Dang, I'm bad at
That
this.
only leaves one more.
Oh my god. My
I was
brain
like,
is
I was
falling out
like,
of my head.
I was like,
We
it's the
went-
pause for me,
So
babe.
Aquarius, and then it would be.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh my god,
See?
what's wrong with me?
Right.
I'm broken today.
I was just like, because I was gonna guess, and I was just like, and I'm not good. I'm not good at this at all.
My brain is gone.
No,
but
it's okay.
what I will say is that I appreciate it. Wait, what month?
June.
Those are the better ones.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Because, and it's not anyone's fault. They're closer to Taurus, so they're a little bit more grounded. Whereas when you get towards the Cancer end of the equation, it becomes a little bit more inner. It's like it's a more inner centered. It's like a self-centered Gemini.
Well, those are my big three: Taurus rising, Gemini sun, Cancer moon.
Oh, whoa! I'm so sorry. You have a Cancer moon. Do you just like think in tears sometimes?
Sometimes, but I will say I find it really common in hospitality that people have Cancer moons.
It's because it's like a
why do you think that is?
It's like a more gentle version of like helicopter momming, like hospitality. It's not like something that you are doing actively. It's like a constant thought in your brain, like how can I make this better for the people around me, blah blah.
Yes.
But you said you're a Taurus rising. Yeah, I love that. I love a good. You sometimes need a little bit of grounding in the front. Yeah. That's the Virgo rising gang.
I mean,
we're out here just being held down by a single sign.
Trying our best.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, even though I'm just doing my, you know, observing from afar because, you know, I don't know shit about any of this. And, you know, I've learned from you.
I mean, I feel like I've been on pause for so long that I need to like I need to like follow some horoscope accounts and get my shit back together because that was crazy. I was like, what is it? I was going through the signs like in my brain. I'm like, okay, Aquarius followed by Pisces, Aries is next, like waiting to get to the next one.
Because I mean that was a very significant pause, but you know,
I'll take it.
Okay, I mean,
I'm taking accountability for my actions.
Love that. That
okay?
should,
I will
you know,
eat that.
yeah. I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. So, Desi, talk to you a little bit about where you're from,
BG,
like your background.
Where did it all begin?
Life began on the south side of Chicago.
Hell yes.
Grew up on 79th and Ada. And then at 12, I moved to the north end of Lakeshore Drive, that blue high rise on Sheridan in Hollywood. 11th floor, got to see the sunrise every morning. It was absolutely beautiful.
I came to from a blackout there once. Yeah. It's true.
Small facts. You know. Okay. Yeah. You know.
The secondary fun fact, which is not very fun, is that I was 110% roofied.
Ooh.
Yeah. At Charlie's.
No good.
No.
Yeah, no, it was, well, I did it to myself kind of because these gays were hitting on my friends because they thought they were twinks, but they were just thems, and they were drunk, and I was like, y'all can't be drinking anymore. So I took the shot instead of them, but they were already blacked out. So I just got roofied.
And on that note,
the bartenders got me home.
Moderation, okay? And
No,
protecting,
yes. Well, I was 23.
Exactly, protecting
Yes.
But
your
the
shit.
bartender saw me outside with my friend, and he took us in a cab and dropped us off because there's a doorman for that building.
Yes.
And the doorman led us to the apartment. So,
Got it.
yeah.
Well, I have a adjacent story that I'm not gonna share here, but it, you know,
We've all been there.
it reminds me of actually doesn't really remind me because there's zero memory of it actually. At a, you know,
I saw the footage from the cameras.
well, I mean, it was a little kickback at Berlin, RIP. Yeah, and moving on. So continue, Desi.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
So at 16, I moved to St. Louis
Okay.
and started in fast food. That's
Missouri.
how, was it?
Missouri.
Yeah, misery.
Misery. I didn't know that one.
Got it. Mhm.
That's where my hospitality career started. Started in fast food. White Castle was a jam. That was my high school
I don't care what
job.
nobody says White Castle hits.
And
That is my shit.
yes, and
Yeah.
back then they paid pretty well to be in fast food, to be a 16-year-old.
Right. You're like, I'm lit.
right.
I'm making money.
And then from there, I was like nightclubs, kind of, I was a picture girl in nightclubs, but I
What's a
also,
picture girl?
I took the club pictures, you know?
Yes.
That was like a
Throw
designation?
back.
Yeah, old
Throw
school,
back.
like set up the background, had my printer there,
Dang.
had a VIP line going, you know. They want to skip the line, they paid me extra
The
40
kids
bucks.
these days
I've still
do
never been
not
to,
know.
like-
they
They
do not
don't.
know.
I've
They
only
don't.
been to this club that we are sitting in. I've not been to any other club.
Does this
anywhere.
count though?
That's what.
Is this a club?
It gets club rowdy
Okay.
up in here.
Yes.
So I
There
mean,
is
I would say
bottle service.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get like this little booth situation over. You could get this booth
yeah.
and be like, I'm up in here popping.
Did
bottles.
not
You get
know.
whatever
Shaking
you
my ass,
want
you
up in
know?
here. It's
Okay.
crazy.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Bottle service.
Yeah, they turn it out.
Cute.
Absolutely.
So yeah, technically this is the only club I've ever been to. So I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yes. 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 A real
And they used to
serious
have
thing.
like the cards to where if they didn't print it, they'd give you the card to go to the website
Yep.
to find your photo.
Oh,
and
my
then you would
goodness.
just photo dump that shit all over your MySpace.
Well, this was before that.
Ooh.
This was, we just posted it and you could like copy it from Facebook if you wanted to, but then it's going to have the big logo in the
Yeah.
middle.
Yep,
Yeah.
that watermark. Absolutely, for sure.
Dang. All
I
right.
was like, that's so real. and
So-
valid. Yeah. Oh my god.
So yeah, I was a club photographer at
Walking
night.
down memory lane right now.
And then I started working at a casino as a cocktail server. I worked in the VIP lounge, so this was for like the high spenders. Everything was free for them. They just had to tip. So that's how I learned to like talk to people. Because I was sitting with old guys who were drinking Glenlivet, and I'd be like, why do you drink this? What's this about? And then they tell me about their lives and tip me a lot of money, and it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to do that, but then when I think about having to talk to people, I'm like, no.
But this was early in the game for me, so I was ready to talk then.
Okay.
Right,
It'd be a
right.
different story now.
You're like,
I mean, technically, I've
protect that energy. though.
Yeah.
I've only been bartending for like 2 years, and I'm already tired.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this
Of
reminds
talking
me.
to people.
This reminds me of our live episode recording with Dustin Drankowitz at Paper Plane Pizza. He was just like, "Oh, bless your heart," because
I
you're
know.
like, yeah, I've been bartending for like a year and a half,
A second,
Yeah.
like a
and he was
second.
just like, "Oh, come back and talk to me."
I mean,
You
I
know?
have the
Yeah.
same energy when
For
I
sure.
first started bartending to now. It's just I am an old man in my soul. And the less you talk, the more I want to interact with you. And the more you talk, I'm like, find me a drink to make. I will do a side task. I will start cleaning something. Get me out of here.
You're just like, there is just too much.
I feel like
Energy
sometimes I just want to like
exchange.
pack up my things and leave in the middle of a shift.
So,
Because someone asked me how I was doing. And I'm like,
right. Well, that also reminds me of when we were, talking about, just the shit that we're always talking about, and someone was at your bar, and it's just like, you sound so familiar. Are you on terms of service? And then I think you texted me. You're just like, I'm clocking out.
When
and
I was-
everything. This is insane.
I was
It's
at
just
the
like-
California Clipper.
Yes,
And
right.
I was saying bye, and someone recognized me based on my voice. And I was like, everyone needs to finish their drinks. We are leaving. I was out of there so fast.
You're like, I can't handle this.
No.
It's wild, but we do what we can.
I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Desi, continue.
And then from
Because we
there,
ride a roller coaster
let's
out here in
see.
Trust.
From there, I went to a small business in St. Louis and eventually didn't make any money. I think my last day I made $20 in tips, and I was just like, forget all this. My lease was up. I wanted to be in a big city. St. Louis was kind of boring at the time, and I just felt like big fish, little pond. Didn't want to come back to Chicago, so I said, let me try New York. This is when Twitter was first starting. I had a lot of East Coast connects. I was blogging a lot. So I was like, let me try New York. Bought my one-way ticket, made it work.
Love that.
Started there, small
That's wild.
business, mom and pop. Moved through a few mom and pop shops there, went to a few dive bars. I was anti-corporate hospitality for a long time, but ended up working with a members club, and their demographic, as they promoted it, was creative. So I was like, maybe they'll be a little more lenient and not as strict. And they were, and it was cool. It was a good learning experience. I was there for a good 3 years. Then went back to mom and pop. Again, just shifted to different spaces in the industry. Kind of done it all. Done every front of the house role in the past 2 decades.
Yeah. So really quick before we dive into your extended time in New York, how was at the time in St. Louis, like, how was the hospitality scene there? Like, was it just, I don't know, like.
It was very.
It's the land of, like, fried ravioli.
I kind of, I kind of said boring already, but that's kind of what it was. So I will say the mom and pop shop I worked at was also owned by the club owner where I took pictures. And it was like a chicken and waffle spot. They try to do like diner-ish food and late night. So it could be fun if the club was having a busy night, but other than that, there was like no traction and nothing really happening. So I just felt
like low-key a version of the Waffle House, was it?
It wasn't as good though.
Okay.
Well, that's what it is. You can't like half-ass waffle shop.
Yeah,
you know, you gotta either full ass or no ass.
Yes.
Right.
I need that on a shirt, honestly.
Merch idea.
Full ass or no ass.
Yeah.
Oh
Coming soon. Coming soon. There you go. That's about to be a pull quote, honey. There you go. You heard it here first. Don't steal our shit.
There's gonna be a reel about it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so St. Louis hospitality, meh.
Yes.
What was it like at the time?
At the time.
What was it like when you decided that you were like, New York, that's where I want to go? What was that process like? Like actually like moving to New York?
It was, in retrospect, it was scary, but I didn't give myself a chance to feel the fear and just did it.
Okay.
It was just like, I'm just doing this. It was, I was like, everything is lined up. My lease is up. I hate this job. What am I here for?
Right, yeah.
So just let's go. Let's just try something new. And it was probably one of the best decisions I made in life because of just how much I learned about myself.
Yeah.
I mean, New York will teach you about yourself very fast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What borough?
Brooklyn.
Oh, hell yeah.
Brooklyn reminded me of Chicago back then, so it kind of felt like home.
Right.
It was very residential back then, not as gentrified. So
Right.
I haven't been back to Brooklyn since like the talk of gentrification has been happening. Because I still have like family that lives there. But like Flatbush, like Jamaica Plains area, I want to know if that's like been touched yet.
oh yes, Flatbush has been touched.
No!
And
How did they?
It's wild to me. Like one of the towards the end of my tenure, I would go to my local coffee shop in Bed-Stuy, and I was the only Black person
That's crazy.
from staff to guest.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, where did everyone go?
You're like, no.
But for real though, where did they go?
They pushed him out
Yeah,
somewhere.
elsewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Where
Elsewhere.
did they? Well, you know, they're doing that everywhere
Yeah.
in
Absolutely.
the world. So.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I mean, that sounds like, you know, we're talking about New York, but it really does sound like it could be any market, right?
Yeah.
To where the experience in hospitality becomes this, like, you know, Edison, Ball, Mason, jar, you know, exposed brick. Shout out to the exposed brick that I'm looking at right now. But
This was before
this was, listen, I was just like, it's fine. We can talk about the history of this
you
place
can
some
tell
other
it-
time.
You can see
But
it
yeah.
in even like Panera. Like their rebranding is like the Edison bulb, like
I don't know nothing about Panera since they had like the
I am-
Panera Cares here.
Listen.
And they lost so much money because it's just like, hey, pay what you can. And people were just like, I can't pay nothing. Or
You know,
here's a penny.
they started in St. Louis. It's actually St. Louis Bread Co.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then when they expanded
I had no idea.
to be a little more attractive, it became Panera Bread.
Wow. That just low-key blew my mind. I had no idea.
Like if you go in St. Louis, you'll only see St. Louis Bread Co. It's
Wow.
only Panera elsewhere.
Damn.
I Just
For
had a
those that
very-
don't know, now y'all know.
I had a very inappropriate thought. Like, it's kind of like how we have Plantaray now.
Yes. It's
I wonder if it's the same in one place.
versus everywhere
Everywhere
else. I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know, so, but it is what it is.
Yeah. You know, Panera, pop off. Do what you gotta do. You know? It's like the Olive Garden of sandwiches.
Damn. I mean, I
fucked with Olive Garden hard.
listen, I was
Okay.
just like, do
When-
not get me started.
When I was 14 and in New Jersey working at a, like, laundromat part-time, it was doing the towels at beauty salons. Like, I would just wash and fold those, and there was a guy who would come in, like, once a week to do laundry, and he would always get food for my sister and I. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over to Panera, blah, blah, blah." I am a tuna salad bitch with a half Caesar salad on the side. That was my combo.
All right.
So, if
My,
anyone...
my friend Tyree loves some Panera, but I haven't thought about Panera in years.
You're gonna think about it for the next, like, 3 days.
No, I guarantee
promise you
I
that.
will not. As soon as this episode ends, I will not be thinking about it again, okay?
You will. When you listen to it,
Yeah,
you'll be like, God
just
damn it,
like-
Panera.
Yeah, but I'm just like, you know, when I drive past it, I was just like, oh, there she is. So, but shout out to them. Sorry to that man. Anyway,
Sorry to that man.
continuing on. So, yeah, Bed-Stuy, New York. You know, where the black people at?
Gentrification.
Yeah.
And then getting into the hospitality of it all. What was your first job?
It was
New York.
a Caribbean restaurant. It was family owned. There were 4 brothers that owned it.
4 brothers.
4 brothers.
Was that something that was like a good working agreement, or did they want to murder each other? That's crazy.
You know, it's funny you say that.
There's a murder.
It wasn't that extreme.
I was like, this is now a true crime podcast.
Yes. I was like, buckle in, y'all, okay?
I mean,
Because-
No,
drink, though.
there was a day where they got in this really big argument right before opening, and one of the brothers like picked up a chair and threw it, and I was like, I'm a head out.
right, exactly. It's just like, you know, and I think
Why
I'm good
they
here.
always got to give Caribbean people a bad rep? I'm out here existing. I'm Caribbean.
Where you from?
Trini.
Oh,
Yeah. See what I'm talking about?
well, the men are
The men are the worst. My brothers love them, but
yeah.
never wish that upon anyone.
You're like, well,
They're
it
not
is what
listening
it
to
is.
this. It's
Also,
fine.
I think that it's like, you know, it's a passion thing, right?
Yes.
You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
Nuri was like,
If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to call it passion,
Yeah.
you can. But that ain't what it is. It's toxicity.
damn.
Yeah, it was very, it ended up being a very toxic environment. But because I was in survival mode, I had just moved there. I was kind of desperate, just trying to, you know, find my flow.
Yes. Foot in the door.
I was like, I can move. I can swim with sharks a little bit. And I
Yeah.
did, you know, ended up being overworked, burnt out. There were all of these expectations that weren't communicated that led to resentment, but you know.
You mean you couldn't read their minds?
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like, I'm not going to tell you. Of course, I'm not going to process my feelings. I'm just going to be a dick to you. So,
Yep.
you know, money was funny. Men were messy. I think I lasted there about 2.5 years, though. It did allow me to get to a good place of stability because I was able to emotionally detach. And I was like, I'm just here to get my money, get in and get out.
Yo, yes.
Right.
And I was able to do that. And, you know, outside of work, I created a really good life. And I think that's something that's kind of always saved me from getting too wrapped up in the bullshit.
That's what I have found. Like, having friends that are not like your work friends or even people that aren't in the same industry as you puts
Oh, yeah.
perspective into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Because we be out here thinking it's life and death when it's really like a vegetable and a shot.
Right.
You know?
And when you isolate just to the people who are in your proximity, that will limit your view, and you'll forget, like, there's a whole world. There are so many worlds out here.
Right.
I just stopped myself from singing Disney on this because we couldn't afford that. But
Don't try to
feel the energy, feel the vibe.
I was just like, you can try. It's going to be edited right out.
Right the fuck out.
So I'm just like, it will not see the light of day. So
I feel like you have to have an experience where you, and I don't want this to be like everyone has to have this experience, because no one should be forced to be in a situation that does not feel good or right. But I feel like there's always one job that really tests your elasticity, and you gain a barometer for how much bullshit you are willing to put up with.
That's a great way to put it.
absolutely.
And I think it's also different for people of color, because we have a high tolerance for bullshit, because every
We
day
have
is
to.
it.
Yeah.
And so, like, sometimes it's like people don't think beyond their day to day. And I feel like I understood this a lot more
Because it's also
recently.
survival of the moment.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I just watched the Magical Society of Negroes.
What's
Have you seen
that?
It's a movie that came out recently, and it's basically, the storyline is there are certain black people that make white people feel comfortable, and they are like placed with a white person who is teetering on the edge of, like, I think the scale says like mass shooting.
Oh,
and it's
God.
like, if they approach that, they get assigned a magical Negro to help put their life into perspective and get them away from the danger zone. And so
Interesting.
this young kid is recruited to be part of the society, and he gets paired with like a tech bro who is bad at his job and is like, I deserve this, like, promotion kind of situation. Mrr. And he doesn't do anything, and he's actively worse than the woman who is like backing him up in his position, and he just reaps all the benefits of her work. And this black dude is like seeing it, and he's still trying to like placate this man. But if one of the black people fail, they all lose their magic,
Oh, wow.
which is, it's actually really good. It's a comedy.
I was not
Okay.
expecting that part.
Okay.
Comedy.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, so if you got Peacock, it's free on that, but that's about it. Peacock, shout me out. I watch a lot of Bravo, too.
oh my God.
Can we talk about this drink, though?
Yes, no, absolutely.
Because it's delightful.
And by the way, just like low-key flex here, we have the wonderful Katie McCourt here.
Yeah, we
Thank
do.
you so much
Hey.
stepping in
Snap
for the Garnet
City.
crew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you that do not know Katie, she is the current Chicago winner from Speed Rack, and
Damn
will be
right.
Wow.
headed down to compete at Tales of the Cocktail.
Nice.
So-
What a gem.
Yes,
what
I
a
was like,
time.
there we go.
Pop
and
off.
also, what we are enjoying right now is called the One Night Stand.
Sorry.
Yes, yeah, I was like, yes. And so it's featuring Insolito, Anejo tequila, lime juice, chinola, passion fruit, cacao, and a bit of orange liqueur.
I'm not going to lie
So,
to you. This
yeah.
tastes like hit it and quit it. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Like,
Thank you so much, Katie.
It does
And
give sex,
This
yes.
is delicious, and it's garnished with a cherry and some like dehydrated passion fruit, right? And mint leaf. So, cheers
I got a flamingo.
to y'all. Oh, and
Cheers.
also I got a pineapple, which is the symbol of hospitality, babe.
Oh.
So there we are. For those of us that do
Cheers.
not know.
Cheers.
So, and as they say in the furniture
No,
business,
no. Say it.
I digress.
Say it.
Cheers! Exactly. I'm like, there it is.
I thought we were at a point where you could like see it and not say it, but
No,
you
we're
had
not.
to. Okay.
No, we're not. I'm only getting older every single day, which means that I'm settling more into my old man ways. So it is what it is, and I'm not going to apologize for
No,
it.
don't.
It's dad jokes on deck.
Oh
so,
God.
I do need some new ones though, so feel free to slide in our DMs at Terms of Service Podcast on Instagram because I'd
Not
love
even
some
willing
new
to do your
material.
own research. That's crazy.
Ooh.
Not doing that.
That's
Not doing
real.
that. No,
I don't
not
believe
doing
in that either.
We are a vessel for the people, so
The people shall come out of your mouth.
exactly. I was just like, and
I mean, most of my words are just the internet, just right out there.
I mean, just when we talked about this a while ago, there was a high percentage of my personality that was nothing but TikTok. And, I feel like I've brought it in a little bit closer because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because
Proud
I
of
have
you.
something that I want to mention, but I'm not going to
Just
do
say
it.
it, just say
I'm
it.
not
Let it-
fucking
let it
doing it.
happen.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'll do it off mic. Because shit is crazy. Okay. And all I'm gonna say, whatever this series out here where they got motherfuckers popping balloons, insane.
I
That's
don't
it.
understand
That's it.
it. I don't
That's it.
understand
That's it.
it.
That's
When
it.
do you pop the balloon?
We'll talk about it off mic.
Okay.
Can I just say, I wish we could do that for businesses.
That part.
Okay, could
And
you
know what?
explain
And you know what?
when you pop the
This
balloons?
should be a version of popping that balloon.
As soon as there's a red flag,
Okay, as soon as there's a red flag, you pop
you
the balloon.
pop the balloon and
That's
you
the
remove
premise of
yourself.
it? Okay.
I think I've only seen the clips.
Because I've seen like ones
The
where they
clips are
pop the
giving.
balloon and then like someone will pop other people's balloons. And is that like highlighting the red flags? You're like, you don't see this red flag? Is that what it means? Or just like you're seeing so many red flags that you no longer have balloons, so you have to use other people's balloons to prove your point.
No, it's basically the whole
And
shit
now we're
is,
talking about it.
The whole shit is wild. The whole shit is wild. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay.
Okay.
Because sometimes these people be walking out, and then you just hear balloon popping, and I was just like, damn. How are you gonna do them like that? But it is what it is. I don't have the confidence for
I
that,
mean,
but God
we
bless
see
you.
it on site though. Like you can tell sometimes on site. Like I talked about this the other day. I know that as soon as like a certain like, it happens more so with men. But like when a certain man walks into my vicinity, I'm like, I know you're going to hit on me. Like I can feel it in my back,
Yep.
and like.
Specifically.
That's why I'm like, sometimes when they come in, they're like, boop, red flag. Okay, I get it. You pop it when there's a red flag.
Yes.
Yeah, it just happens. Sometimes you know that some shit's gonna fucking happen.
Right. Well, I'm saying
And-
let's pop these balloons on these, these bad players. out
Okay,
there.
if we're popping a balloon, like someone says something in this conversation moving forward and it is a red flag, is someone gonna be like,
No.
I'm gonna do it.
No.
I wish.
No.
I would
That,
do it.
that would make my nonverbal self
Yes.
really happy if I could do
I
that.
got you.
You're like, I love. You're
Well,
like,
let's
I love a cue.
Let's
Okay,
jump
like I
right
love it. I
in.
love a
As
cue.
soon as I identify anything that sounds like a red flag, I will clap once.
Fantastic. You're gonna make the editing team so happy. So yes.
It's been 3 years. I'm loud as fuck.
Also that. So it's fine. Be you.
Thank you.
We love
I'm sorry.
all of it.
Mark Weekwee
And Mitch.
and Mitch.
Yes. So, I'm really interested in hearing a bit more about not only your philosophy of hospitality, but how you've kind of navigated in fortunate and unfortunate spaces, and what that has kind of propelled what you're looking to do now in Chicago. Because we're glad that you're here.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be home.
Oh, and sorry, because real quick, people are gonna be like, okay, how did they meet? I just gotta throw this out there because it's just a very, very interesting story. So I was having a brand meeting. Shout out to Insolito Tequila, excuse me, at a spot in the West Loop, and we were wrapping up our meeting, and we just see like this dope woman across the bar, and I was just like, she got her like aquapana.
Shout out
to y'all.
Fucking red
yeah.
lip though.
Oh yeah, it's giving.
On a Sunday morning.
It's giving.
I was like, I do not want to be on her bed.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, prepped, ready. It's like, let's do this. And so, agapana, drinking with like this martini, and having a dinner just like, I love a cool, confident individual just like doing their thing at the bar, being like, I don't, like, this is my own little slip of the world right now.
It's you.
It's very much me. Yeah, so I definitely identified with you as me. So I was just
You're
like,
I want to know me.
yeah, I was just like, yeah. I was like, let me go find out about myself real quick, okay?
That's literally how you
also
explained it to me on the bus this morning.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I was just like,
so you just went in. She could have red-lipped you into a corner, and you were like, I'm gonna do it.
facts.
That's the difference between me and you.
Facts.
I'm like, don't nobody talk to me. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Well, and I was talking to I was talking to my colleague, and I was like, okay, this is gonna go one of two ways. Okay? It's just like either it's just gonna be a vibe and a bop, or it's just gonna be mad weird, and I'm gonna come back over here, and then we still sitting across the bar from one another, and that's just gonna be wild as hell. So I'm just like, should I do it? And then before she could even say anything, shout out to Fatima, I was already out of my seat, and I was just like, hey. Me and my girl on the opposite side of the bar, you know, we like your vibe. And I was like, no, don't say that because then that's weird. I was like, I was like, because that is not what we're giving over here at all. And so, yeah, we just, you know, had like a very friendly exchange. And then I just kind of took it upon myself with permission and respect to be like, can we move over here? And I was already like, boop, okay, my shit right there. And I was like, okay, where you from? Because I was just like, because it's giving...
I got questions,
somewhere.
comments,
It's giving somewhere else because I like the vibe. I like the energy, and I mean,
it's giving
shit.
traveled.
Yes,
Like
yes,
experience.
yeah.
Yes.
You know, just like
I know
you
some
know,
shit.
Yeah, because it's very. Y'all know this. Like it. When
I think it's called confidence.
Yes, and when
Yeah.
when it's projected. You automatically take notice because sometimes you just be dealing with the same types of motherfuckers, and you're just like
Day in, day out.
you're like, okay, listen. I was just like, I'm so sick of having the same goddamn conversations day in and day out. You know, I was just like, okay, let me see. And then now we got you here,
Yes.
which is so good and such a blessing. And also, low key being the fact that we saw each other literally
3 days in a row.
everywhere.
Oh my god.
Like, how do you randomly run into somebody 3 days in a row?
It's Justin though.
Yeah, but
like,
still, it was.
but that's what I said to him was like, it's like circles. Like, y'all are in like the same like circles of places that you find attractive.
But it's like,
to what
but
you
it's like,
like to do.
but it's like an orbit.
Yes.
You know? It's just like, okay. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
I would have never
that I
met
said
you. I would have
Never say
seen
never.
you.
Right.
I would have seen you, and I would have complimented you on something, and I would have kept it moving. And I
Oh.
would never see you again because I don't leave my apartment.
That's something that we have to unpack. There.
I feel like because of being a chef for so long and going out like every night after work and like schmoozing and making connections and doing the whole thing. Now I'm like, I got 2 cats at home.
Right.
Like, I got someone who wants to play the Switch with me. I good. I'll
That's
go
good.
outside. Like, if friends are in town and they're like, I want to do something, yeah. If I meet a new person and I've hung out with them for more than 3 months and they invite me to do something, I might do it. Or I might say, I'm anxious and depressed. I'm stay at home, but you can come here. I like people
You're
that
like,
hang
I'll
out
allow
at
you to
my
come here.
apartment. I like people that hang out in my apartment, but I have to like you enough to invite you to my apartment.
See.
I've invited you,
Yeah. See.
and you haven't come to my apartment.
Listen.
But I also haven't been to your apartment, so it's fine.
Also that, and for those that are listening and know me personally, there is a scroll of people that have never been to my place.
Oh yeah,
So
110%.
and it's not because I don't love y'all. When I'm home,
At home. Yeah, well that's because you're on outside.
listen, I stay outside, and
Yeah.
you know,
Listen, you should just come over, sit on my couch, let me feed you some food. And we could just watch reality TV and you could talk to me about all the TikToks that live in your brain. I have 2 cats.
Shout out to that. That sounds absolutely lovely.
You know, I got hella plants. Oxygen is popping in my apartment.
Like, oxygen is at the highest level.
She thick.
Okay, it's like, there we go. But yes, thank you again, Desi, for being here, and
Thank you
for having me.
Talking to this stranger long enough that he was like, oh shit, you one of us? Yeah.
But then also, we were sliding over to a spot in West Town, just go support the homies. It's like, oh, do you want to go with us? And then, like, as I said that, I was just like,
you
I just met her.
danger?
I was like, I just met her.
No.
Oh, she did not. Because she had plans.
Only because I had plans. Normally I would have. I'm like, I'm down.
Yeah, exactly. I went like all in. I was just
down.
like, we about to roll over there, and also that little,
Should I start doing a summer of yes?
Why not?
Ooh. I don't know.
It's just the summer.
Oh.
It's just the summer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That gives me anxiety.
That's okay.
But you can sit in your house in the fall and process it, and you'll be fine.
That's real.
That's also a low key read.
That's
So it's just like, you know what? It's like your house is still going to be there. It's like your house is still going to be there, but the experiences will not. So
that's real. I do like the sunshine. When I stand outside for more than 5 minutes in direct sunlight, I feel like I can do anything.
When the sun is out and the temperature is where it needs to be, I'm always just like, this smells like margaritas outside.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I was just like, this is the whole thing. But we're going to put a pin in that because I want to continue with what we were talking about, which is like the navigation, the navigation of the industry while holding true to your philosophy, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and being like, how do you share that? How do you cultivate it? But also, most importantly, how do you protect it?
Yeah.
Ooh, very good questions. And I think that's what I am currently figuring out, because I have had so many experiences, and now transitioning. It's home, but it is a new city. So I'm relearning the industry here, but also kind of going through and reflecting and trying to take everything I learned, take what I need and leave the rest from everything that I've been through. I'm someone who also writes, and I do a lot of nonfiction. Like, I used to do a Motivation Monday. I dabbled in like
Motivation Monday.
I did a little bit of relationship posts, but I don't really like those much. But I can talk about my life experiences, and I must say, like, hospitality, working in it has enhanced my life outside of it so much. Right. So many of the skills that I learned and applied during my shift, I can apply outside, and it's just helped me level up, and I guess helped me cultivate this confidence.
Yep.
Yes. That. Very nice. And so, and I'm not trying to sound kitschy here or, whatever, but there is, like a power in that, right? But it's also like the power to share it, right? Because then you can also inspire people in their navigation within their experience within the industry. And I think just my experience has been quite a unique one, but there's not a lot of people that look like us, talk like us, and have the platforms or the access to kind of promote change, to ensure equity across the board for our own communities.
Listen, all of us would be recruited to the Magical Negro Society.
I gotta watch that now.
You gotta. It's great.
And also, I was just like, damn, that's just not fucking copy when it return. No, it is. But I was just like, that's the name of this episode. It can't be. I was like, damn. I was just like, ooh, that's a good name. I was just over here. I was like, ooh. I was just like, it's gonna be popping when
the magical hospitality.
It's something.
Just throw hospitality in there and it's fine.
Yeah, we gonna figure.
Magical hospitality Negroes.
Yeah, we got to. Again, you heard it here first. You heard it.
A black job, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, my God, yo. Oh, my God. Yes. You know what?
That's that Gemini. Came right out.
Because that switch happened.
Oh, my God. That was amazing.
I love it. Thank you so much for that. And, you know, as this episode is not visually recorded, y'all missed Nariba falling the fuck out.
I did.
Okay, because yeah.
It was so good.
It was magic. Thank you. Because we all over here crying right now. So, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this one night stand. Desi, go on, please. Talking about your black job.
Oh, my God.
My black job.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
What I'm
We
working
just
on.
lost 20,000 subscribers.
They'll be back.
They will be back.
I'm working on sharing. I read this somewhere, probably on Twitter, but sharing the wound and not the injury.
Oh, yes.
So that's what I've been really like contemplating. It's like, how can I speak about this and not from a place of like
Personal.
I mean, it is. There are things that were harmful, but there were also things that were beautiful, and just saying like kind of cause and effect,
Yes.
as
Right.
opposed to woe is me, feel sorry for me.
That part. Yeah.
Looking at it as the consequences to actions instead of like your ego death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Mind you, like, I know that's not who I think it is. And it just happens to be the consequences of your actions.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
Sometimes
I was like,
just,
that is what is knocking at the door.
okay. I have been dealing with a man
Yikes.
who exactly period.
You're like, oops.
And
Sorry.
like he is I can see like why people enjoy him, and like he's very customer service oriented. Like he will like skedaddle and shaboop
skedaddle.
forever and ever and ever. But also he is a light-skinned black man. I'm making direct eye contact with you because I know you understand where I'm going with this. But you know, like you know the like thing of
we be
you got
in our feelings.
light skin, light eyes, and everyone thinks that he is magical, but he is not. You are amazing, but
Pops
he
balloon.
isn't. Anyway,
Pops balloon. Pops
red
balloon.
flag. Literally. Anyway.
Oh, thank you for that, Pops balloon.
But he like I don't personally like having conflict
kickback.
with
This is
other
what I like.
black
Yes.
people at work.
Okay.
I'm just like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm just gonna like let this live. I did not say anything for months and months and months about like some of the things that he says and does. And then one day I lost it. And I was just like, you know what? I like can't talk to you in the moment right now. If you give me 20 minutes, let me clean up this mess that's happening. It'll be fine. And he just kept trying to get me to engage in a conversation with him that I knew wouldn't be productive. And at one point, I'm just like, I'm not going to do this with you. I told you my boundaries. And he was like, I can't talk to you right now. You're throwing a temper tantrum.
No.
Bitch, I'll show you a fucking temper tantrum. I'm an Aries.
like, let's really talk about
you just, anyway. I then gray rocked him. That is a like a therapy term for not giving someone energy or interest. You are literally turning yourself into a gray rock to stop this man's from talking to you. I fucking know. It's a bop. The tropical theme, the umbrellas.
But also nobody knows what you're talking about.
I know, I'm
you can't
getting
see it,
to
but
it.
also
If you
it's just
just-
like, this looks amazing.
It is. We're talking about the drink. It is delightful. She's curvaceous.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you.
She's a voluptuous lady.
Yeah, you know, in this little like hurricane glass, like the whole
Who
thing.
is she? Tell me more.
So we're now enjoying the Let That Mango. Okay. So
You're an ally. You are in the community. Trinity. You are it.
Yeah, you are
Let
it.
that man go.
Yes.
It should
Yes.
be garnished with a balloon.
Yeah. Okay,
As
y'all
soon as he
gonna
said
like y'all
something-
gonna like
I mean,
have me
technically,
drag
there's these
this.
3 cherries.
Okay.
Every time a red flag
Yes.
happens, eat one. It's your balloon.
Right, I was like, these about to be gone, okay? So the Let That Mango is featuring Insolito Tequila Blanco, because like right now I'm just like, oh, I am feeling great.
Yes.
Also, pineapple juice, orange liqueur, and chinola mango with a bit of Angostura.
Listen.
So, and it's giving body, it's giving vacation, which low key I am going on later this year,
Yeah,
but we ain't
damn
gonna
right.
talk about it right now. But
Shout out
It just-
to Katie for using the bitters of my people.
yes,
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
People
thank
be
you, thank you.
forgetting that Angostura bitters is a product of Trinidad and Tobago. No, remember always.
Yes, I was just like, you about to learn today.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you again, Katie. So
Fuck, that's good.
yes, we. I love us so much that I'm just like, we could do this all the fucking time.
Yes, but
But so I
I was
wanna
talking
get
about this
into-
man's. I will
Okay.
finish the story very quickly.
okay, so I was just like,
Long story
wrap this
short-
man up.
Yeah.
He don't deserve this airtime. Wrap this
Long
man up.
story short, I will say that it got to the point where eventually I was just like, we do not have to pretend to interact with each other.
Right.
Like, we don't need to pretend to have a conversation.
Not all.
Like,
not
I'm
all,
someone
skin
who-
folk or kinfolk. We know
Ex-
this.
But this is my thing. My thing is like, I'm willing to give you a chance if you act differently with everyone. You can't just act differently with me and expect me not to see the way that you treat other people and like give you my time and energy. Like if you are disrespecting other people on the same fucking level as us, you're showing me who you are. And I feel like people tend to gloss past that, especially in like business relationships, because you're just here to make money and leave. And that's what I'm here for too. But it does not mean that I have to share anything with you that's going to make you feel like you are going to move forward and progress in a certain way. I'm not sharing information with you to gatekeep and then you then take that and you move forward and you keep treating people like shit. I don't want to see those people move forward. I want to see people move forward who have like the energy and the drive and the motivation, but they are also thinking about themselves on the inside. Like they're thinking about their mental health. Like if a bitch is like, I do not want to hang out with you after work, I love you.
Right.
You want to do your own thing and like save yourself and keep that energy to yourself. Yes.
Also to kind of bring that full circle, the reality is that if you haven't healed for some shit, you can't even fucking like lead, develop nothing.
Exactly.
Because all that shit permeates outward because you're just spreading that shit around and you're like, oh no, I'm fine. And also,
But
I mean,
they
full
don't
transparency
know.
and full vulnerability here. It's just like, that was part of like the hiatus that we were
Yeah.
on, right?
Yeah.
It was just like, there were things that like were going on with me internally that I was just like, okay, like I
need a break.
I need to take a moment. I need to take a moment and make sure that I'm good to ensure that, you know, we're all good. Because if we're not aligning with one another for
doesn't make
the
sense.
common practice,
Yeah.
then what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? We're simply commodifying one another. So,
Which is why we
I digress
are now
on that.
here. No,
So.
no, that's understandable. It's in line what we're talking about, which
Absolutely.
is like you can be a part of something, but you don't have to give your entire self to a business that is realistically doesn't give a fuck about you as a person, no matter how much or how little you've put in.
My entire motto, and for those that have known me for a long ass time, know this is just like, you can't get in the weeds if you don't give a shit. Okay? I was just like, at a certain point, this is not my shit to run.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's just like, you have me, I'ma do the thing here, and we're just gonna keep it pushing. But if you want to have a full-on conversation and we're also like, well, you know, this is what I think and like blah 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 blah, it's just like, okay, well, what you think needs to match the pay rate. Okay? And
Damn right.
you know, so I'm just like, that's just what it is. And there should be no apology. There should be like people like listening to this and being like, well, that's always easier said than done. But I was just like, the fact of the matter is, it's just like if we actually learn how to continue to advocate for ourselves, then we wouldn't have to keep having the same fucking conversations every single time.
Yes. But also, sometimes you could be advocating for yourself from a situation where you are completely no longer in touch with reality.
Also, very, very much that.
And
but that is for your journey,
exactly,
and your responsibility to figure it the
exactly,
fuck out.
and
because you're not going to
shouldn't,
drag anyone with you on that journey.
Yeah, and as the person on the outside looking in, you shouldn't take it on yourself. That because it's not your fucking problem. It's their problem. They're making it your problem.
Facts.
But it's their problem.
Facts. So.
Gotta let that shit roll off your fucking back, bitch.
Water off a duck's
like
back.
dew in the morning on a blade of glass.
Oh my god. Or water touching these dreads, honey.
Oh.
So just like
real.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Desi, you being in Chicago, how long have you been back with us in this market right now?
Technically, I came maybe around the mid-April.
What day?
Oh, Lord.
I think I got here the 12th, 11th or 12th maybe.
Oh, she was hoping that it was on her birthday.
Oh, when's your birthday?
April 15th. Do your
Aw.
taxes. Get them done.
I think that was actually my start date for the job that I moved here for, though.
You want to talk to us about that?
Or not my start date, my hire date.
Yeah.
My start date was the 17th. I've been trying to move back to Chicago for probably the past year. And obviously we all know job market is pretty shitty, regardless of what industry you're in.
Yep. Or where you're at, honestly.
Or where you're at.
Right.
But I was just ready. Like it was just something in my spirit telling me to come back home. My family is like expanding. They're having kids, older family members getting more elder. And I just wanted to be closer to support. And I just kind of did all I needed to do in New York. I spent 12 years there and it was great. I did all the things. And I was ready for a calmer
you deserve
pace.
a medal for that.
Yeah.
I was just like, because I was in New York for like a handful of years, but not fucking 12.
I thrived. I am very proud of myself for the life that I was able to build there, because it's not for everybody. But I reached a point of like stability, and like I had my routines down, and like like I was happy, which is rare.
Right? Yeah.
What is happiness?
And even when I talk about how hospitality has affected my life, I think back to one of my best work-life harmony experiences is when I went to a 4-day work week, and I said, I'm going to travel. So it took a lot for me to get my passport. Like, it took almost 6 months. They didn't believe who I was.
Listen.
It was the thing.
Off mic, we're going to talk about this whole passport situation because
none of you bitches have anything on me because my embassy is in D.C.
Oof.
Yeah,
but we also need to just real quick. This is not a competition. It's simply a comparison.
I've been trying to get my passport done
just
for 5 years.
Yeah, okay, I was just like, it is a comparison, not a competition. But yes, in general, the fact that there are only 22 passport agencies in this country is wild as hell, because there are 50 states. So, on that, I dissent.
I mean, like I said,
I was like, there we go.
I have one place in the entire 50 states.
Mitch is gonna love that. It's like, I was like, that volume already up. I was like, there we go. But yeah, I mean, continue.
It was
Because
an annoying process.
because she had to get that off her chest.
I did.
It was so annoying that I was like, I'm going everywhere now.
Yep,
so as soon as I got it, I was like, I'm going one country per quarter. And
love that.
And I did that. I was off
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which are the most cost-effective days to travel. And
Yes.
Okay, let them know.
First year, I kept ending up in the Caribbean. Have not made it to TNT yet. But I will. I'm trying to go to Carnival one of these days.
Okay, let me just give you that little sneak deep information. You have to get your ticket like 7 months out.
Trust me, I know. I
Okay,
done messed
good.
with a lot of training men.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I kind of don't want to go, but you know.
I can't even.
Moving forward.
Okay.
Because I already feel it. Okay? As
My
a
entire body got
Jamaican
limp.
man, I feel it.
Oh no.
I feel it.
know.
Exactly. I feel it. So we ain't got to do all that, okay? We're going to do all that. Because we out here.
I know. It's not
out
you. It's not you.
But it's us.
But it's us. Yes. It be y'all.
And it's y'all. It is y'all and it is us. I mean, Desi, please go. Because I don't know how to move on from that because I got so much shit to say and it's gonna like spiral this whole thing.
You
And
fine.
so-
It's good.
Where was I going with that? I don't know where I was
You
going.
saying
You haven't made it to
the
Trinidad yet.
Oh, yes.
Like you want to travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wait. Well, being able to travel and being able to create that standard in my life where I was like, this is my schedule and this time I live my
Yes.
life is what made me so, I guess, better equipped to not put up with BS in the workplace. And it was like, okay, I did this and I know it's
Because you're like,
possible.
this ain't the only thing out
Yeah,
there.
Yes.
right. Like this is not the only way. It's
Right.
I don't need to work 6 days a week, 12
Nope.
hours a day. I can do something else and still make money and live my life.
Yep.
That part. Yep.
That's what I discovered during the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like-
that was a time.
The chef in me, I was just like setting up my fucking kitchen, prepping all day, like it was a regular work week. And then all of a sudden I was like, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
I now have for the first time a 3-day like weekend.
Good for you. I love that.
And so
Yeah.
I'm off on the actual fucking weekends.
Ooh.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I was like, what is this? But now I'm filling it with like going out to Naperville and hanging out with my nibblings and my friend from high school and like trying to be a regular person. Like I'm fucking touching grass.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Soaking up sunlight.
Yeah, I mean, we all need to be touching grass out here.
In a squash plant that's randomly growing on the sidewalk on my street. I'm like, how'd you get here?
Okay, girl.
That's what I'm doing. And it feels nice. It
yeah.
feels nice to just like
B.
be.
Yes. Yeah.
And when I feel bad because sometimes people are like, I want to hang out and I want to do stuff. And I'm like, I'll hang out with you on a walk.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to like go do that. I feel like this is like our Casamigos like conversation earlier, where it's like you're ordering it to be heard ordering it, not because you like it. I'm no longer doing anything I don't like.
Yes.
That's fair.
I don't like it. I don't want it.
Like that Kim Cattrall quote where she's like, I don't even want to be doing something for an hour that I don't enjoy or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm right there.
Yes.
I was one of my most unhealthy job environments. They used to halfway fix things. And you know, like you buy cheap, you buy twice. You
Yes.
don't fix something all the way, you're gonna keep fixing it. You're not solving the problem.
Absolutely.
And it started off as a joke where I was like, we don't have to live like this. We could just fix it right. But then one day I'm like, I don't have to live like this.
Yes.
I can do something else. I'm not a tree. I can move. And I can create another world.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I can
No, that's
create another
beautiful.
world.
So, let's talk about this world that you're creating, babe. Let's go.
So, if I were to compile all of my experiences right now and pick apart what I most will take with me going forward, it's about building things honestly, with honesty, with intention, with integrity. And I've been in a lot of situations where that wasn't the case. And while it may seem like they have these moments where they're like
A glimmer.
winning, yeah, a
Yes.
glimmer, exactly.
Yeah.
In the end, it's inevitable that it will come crashing down, and life continues to show me that. So now I'm at a place, and going back to talking about the wound and not the injury, it's how do I share these experiences to help people not have the learning curve, and like Hope said, Hope did that, so you ain't got to go through that.
Yep.
Because I don't want people to have to learn the hard way like I did. If you can pop your balloon early and learn to keep it moving, you know, it may save you some time. So that's what we're working on right now.
Right. Well, because devil's advocate.
I was gonna say, my
low-key.
therapist would be like, let's pick this apart, Reba.
So, but I mean, my question here is, you know, as Black folks in the industry, or like industry adjacent, or like however, you know, there is an element of unfortunate exploitation, right? And so socioeconomic statuses are real, they are rampant, and you know, as much as we want to retain agency over ourselves, how are we actually setting ourselves up to be able to make those choices so we aren't in those environments?
I mean, I think for me, it starts with me saying I don't have to live like this. As soon as I realize
Right.
something isn't sitting right with me, it's like, okay, this is what this is here. I don't have to stay here. And then it's like,
Absolutely.
and a lot of time, at least from what I've learned, I can't change these people, especially if they're the owners and they're behaving
Yes.
harmfully.
Right.
They're not going to change. And
No.
I've had times where I've tried to change people and been like, if you just do it this way, it'll be better, but they don't want it to be better. And I need to realize that and take my better somewhere else.
Pick and choosing.
Take
pick
my
and
better
choose
somewhere else?
Your battles.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have to pick.
I'm about to
and
put that on a shirt, and like,
Do it.
you know, we about to go, like, you know, like we can partner up on it, like, you know what I mean? It's just like pocket sharing, because I was like, yes, take my better somewhere else.
Yeah.
Shit, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
I feel like it is a situation of picking and choosing your battles. I think that it is a rare find, but when you find someone who is an owner or a manager that's willing to listen and take that advice and vibe, it's a positive thing.
May I
feel
say one thing
most
there?
of the time, go ahead.
So, I think the pathway from, you know, accessibility and sustainability is always kind of peppered with the mention of management.
Oh,
right. And so, like,
110.
management job is to manage and to just sustain the environment, right?
Yes.
And so, because of managers and the accessibility to them, we tend to leave out the ownership of said establishment
Exactly.
that creates the culture in which you're trying to navigate
Yes.
in general. So that's the one thing that I just wanted to add there,
Yeah.
because when we really get into it, like really
The
get into it,
nitty-gritty.
it's just like, you know, you're having the manager try and, like, you know, advocate on your behalf
Yeah,
to the
no.
owner. It's just like, no. Like, I can advocate for myself. Like, we can talk about this, and it's just like, do you want to win long term, or do you want to win right now?
Well, what I was gonna say is, like, I had an entire situation where this man literally
Fuck this man.
would say, "Fuck this man," separate man, but also a man.
Also, fuck that man.
Not all men,
he-
but always a man.
yes,
you're
he-
like, I choose the band. Yes.
100%.
Not the show. Not the show.
Not this
Not the
season.
show. No. Okay. No.
100%. I am choosing the bear. Like, fuck around and find out. I'll
The
roll
animal.
up in a little ball. I will roll up in a ball on
animal.
the ground.
Yes.
But I was gonna say, like, I was dealing with this gentleman who was coming into the bar that I work at every Friday night, and the first night that I interacted with him, I overheard him telling someone who he had just found out that this not black person was a hip hop DJ, and he said, "Oh, is that why you're acting black?"
You know what?
Yeah. Okay. And-
Fast
yep.
forward, because this
This
man
is,
don't
listen,
need no.
listen.
Yeah.
So I just looked at him and I was like, "What does acting black mean?"
Acting.
And I kept saying it until
We
he
all know what that
understood
means.
What I was like, watch what you're saying in front of who you're saying it, essentially. And he came in and he kept that energy for 6 weeks, and I'm out here fighting for my life, advocating with the manager, the owner, one of the supervisors about, like, how we should handle this situation. And it literally took me being like, I feel as though if it is not a situation that matters to you directly, it doesn't matter at all.
Right.
And if I'm supposed to work here and feel comfortable and make people feel comfortable here, and I have to deal with a man who's making direct eye contact with me and pressuring me to say something to him, that doesn't make it a safe environment for me. So it came down to it's either me or him situation.
Was this a small business?
Yes.
Was there, I know the answer to this, was there any type of third-party HR?
No.
Exactly.
Obviously.
And it's funny you say that, because when I walk into spaces now and maybe I'm not receiving the best service, I no longer really get upset at the individual, because I'm like, what is happening behind the scenes in this environment that makes this person believe that behavior is acceptable, or that this is how they need to act to survive in this environment?
Exactly.
Yes. I got that. Yeah. I agree. I just
Cross palms on a knee.
Yeah, just like
continue.
So it's just like, it's not like, I obviously agree. I just feel as if ownership. Girl, if you don't. Keep that shit. No. Anyway. The fuck you mean? Anyhow, because we're coming up on time, so
Yeah, sorry.
cut that shit out. But anyway, so I think that and I always hate starting off shit, but like, well, I think, but realistically, the culture of a business and establishment is on the onus of ownership, right? And so there needs to be a direct pipeline of communication to ownership, because that is how you start promoting and really cultivating a sense of culture within the organization.
Yeah.
And for those that simply do not have it, it to me, unfortunately, puts it on the employees, the staff, to figure out again how to navigate to get to that point.
Yeah.
And it's so segmented towards like, oh, well, you can talk to this person, you can talk to this person. It's like, no, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you. And also, my issue is with the fact that you got all these fucking different departments to separate me from you, because you don't actually see me as who I am. You see me as a line item on some fucking paperwork. Okay? Which again goes back to what I was mentioning earlier about the whole commodity of the industry, right? And so the commodity of the labor force. And so it's just like, if we create those direct pathways of communication, because you have people in leadership, ownership positions that try their best, but then the first thing that they will always say is that they simply did not know. Which, one, I feel is a cop-out. Two, I feel like it is your responsibility to know. It's your accountability to know. Of like how the people that are helping facilitate your vision, your dream, come to life. These are the people in which you need to ride and fucking be ambassadors for, not the other way around.
Listen, I understand. As someone who has done a significant amount of acid, I have developed different neural pathways to get to the root of the situation. And what I'm going to say is that people don't want to be confronted with the fact that they have not done enough. And a lot of the hyperbole that is management is protecting ownership from the day-to-day bullshit that's happening. But the day-to-day bullshit that's happening is how a business functions. And so the separation of church and state, much like our fucking government, is not real. So when people are like, it's up to us as like ground level people to make the decision of whether or not this is a choice that we want to continue making every time we clock into this establishment. And what I learned from the kids, and by kids I mean anyone who was born after the millennial gap, is they are just like, this is not for me. I'm not fucking doing it. And it took me a long time to get that energy. And now I'm here. I'm like, if I can manage with the bullshit, and my tolerance is high, like Michelin star leveled white men with tattoos with no concept of what food actually started as.
Feel like they discovered fish sauce.
High, yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, I can take a lot of bullshit. But what I won't do is have someone play in my fucking face and tell me that this is reality.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is how you made your decision to come back to here.
Absolutely.
Because you, like, it's 2024. Like, no one's fucking playing in my face.
Nope.
Kendrick Lamar taught me better.
Okay. Shout out to Gemini.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I also wonder low key if like back in 1832, they're like, it's 1832. This shit is wild. They're like, what you talking about? It's just like, it's like, what you mean?
Because I do that a lot. I'm like, it's 2024. I ain't doing that. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else
to do it. Exactly. I was
It's
just like,
1437 AD. Okay? I'm not wearing a corset anymore, bitch.
Let it fly.
yes. But
I'm
so,
taking a shit in shrugs.
girl,
Like, what do you want from
But at the same time, you know,
me?
they're...
Bridgerton did go off, though. No, everyone? Maybe?
No.
Bridgerton did?
No,
Oh,
not
no.
one day. One day, I'll get into it.
one day, but not today.
But on the flip side of that, something else I realized: there is always someone willing to struggle. You know, there's somebody else that might need that lesson, but it's not mine anymore.
The silence.
Yeah.
And it's like you gotta just sometimes wash your hands and stuff and be like, you got it.
Bye.
That's where I'm at now.
That's you. Yeah.
Right.
If you want it, you can have it.
It's real peaceful over here, and we keeping it that way.
So you protect that peace with your whole ass chest.
Yes.
So, as we were coming up on time,
No. Okay.
which I don't want to.
It's
but
always
like we have to.
sad, but it was a good time.
I know. Yeah, this was great.
This is fantastic.
Yes. Desi, how you feel?
I feel really good.
Good.
I feel like I'm in my power.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
I feel
And-
like being like halfway to day drunk by 11:13 on a Sunday is crazy.
Oh my, no, that's like the life.
Exactly.
It's
want to
early.
take a nap.
Yeah, then
That's
you get
fine.
the nap out of the way, and then you're ready for your week.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
I mean, I'm
Desi
off
already knows.
tomorrow. I got that
Oh.
3-day luxury weekend
yeah,
right
I was
now.
just like, Desi knows.
But that's
so,
really just depression laundry day.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Same.
Real. So, I would like to wrap up this episode with hearing a bit about what you're most excited about now, being back in Chicago, some words of wisdom to the industry, specifically to our community, if you'd like to share, and then I'll, wrap us up.
Let's see. So that job I mentioned that I did move here for, I thought that it was a dream role. I had autonomy. It was a livable wage. And I was like, this is it. This is my restart. I'm going to just start this new life and be this new person. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. About 6 weeks in, it turned into a nightmare. But what I'm most proud of was my bravery and courage to be like, this is not working for me.
Not your
and
nightmare.
I removed myself.
Right.
And I was like, I'm like, I'm not doing this again. It felt like deja vu. It was a dysfunctional, toxic environment. And when we talk about tolerance in different levels, this was like, it became predatory. And I was like, this is not something I can stand behind. They are obviously not willing to change. This has been going on since before I got here. And it was almost like final boss energy where the universe is like, okay, if you really want to create these new worlds, you need to recognize this is not from you and move on to something else. So I do have a new opportunity that is on the way. And
Congratulations.
thank you.
You're about to go to
welcome.
Hollow Earth.
And the company I'm going to, they started it because they were tired of toxic environments in hospitality. So the process thus far has been so thorough, so detailed, and so thoughtful that I'm just really excited about how being in a healthier environment is going to affect the impact I have on people, and also affect whatever I'm going to build and create beyond this.
It's a thoughtfulness for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you can say that the person that you're about to work for, or the like entity you're about to work for, is thoughtful, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also, everyone deserves that,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
you know. But to your earlier point, it's just like there's always someone willing to suffer.
It ain't me though.
It ain't me, no. But you know,
12
wherever
days of
people
slave
are
food.
on their journey, this is not for us
Yep.
to judge or place any sort of, you know, requirement.
think
But
it's
just for
judgment.
people should know that they are worth so much more than what
Exactly.
they think, and it all begins within,
think
right?
it's
It's
not
just
a
like
judgment.
you walk in there and be like, "I'm that bitch."
I don't think it's a
I'm-
judgment.
yeah.
I think it's a, like, if you're listening to this and you feel like you're being personally judged for something, it's a deeper thought. It's a bigger conversation because it has connected with you in a way that made you feel something. So it's not we are saying this thing that's making you feel this way. It's like your experience
That part.
has tapped into the words that we are saying, and you need to figure out what that connection means for you.
Absolutely.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Have thoughts.
Have thoughts. Yes.
Have
That's where it
thoughts.
starts.
Yeah.
And feel them. Like allow yourself to like process and share them. And
I mean, that's crazy that you just said that, but yes.
you know, it's just like
Feeling
you know,
it.
I was like, your boy went through a little bit of fucking trauma out here. So, you know, we got a new attitude. Okay,
Yes.
so I was like,
Get it.
you know, no licensing for that though. But anyhow, Desi, how was your time with us?
It was fun.
Right?
I
I'm so
feel good.
sorry that we side quested the hell out of this conversation.
I
But
don't
that's
think
like
it was side
everything.
quested.
It wasn't a side quest.
Everything-
Nuiba always
It all
feels that
comes
way.
together.
Exactly.
It all comes together.
I know, but I feel like because I have ADHD, it all seems like it's one road, you know,
Okay.
in my brain. But like, it might not be for the listeners. So I'm apologizing.
I think
for all
they'll
those
rock with it.
not
Of course.
neurodivergent people.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, they love a kickback.
If they're in the industry, they're probably neurodivergent.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Like, I feel like there needs to
However,
be script.
we are not medical professionals.
Right.
So,
No,
yes, I was
absolutely
just
not.
I was like
I
a
was-
disclaimer.
listen. I am the closest to
Okay.
a mental health like practitioner in this group, okay?
But
I have a
this
bachelor's of
platform
science and human
does
development.
not
But no,
do
don't
that.
listen to
Okay.
me. Don't listen to me.
Yeah.
He's right. Yes,
Yes.
110%.
Yes, you can
I
feel
am
free to
not
reach
a
out to Nuiba
licensed
directly if you so need. Okay.
therapist, but
Thank you so very much.
I am almost the end.
Okay, Desi. How can people find you if you want to be found?
I
Yeah,
would
true.
say right now, follow me on Instagram. It's at Life by Desi. TikTok will be coming soon. My website is live, but we're, rebranding, relaunching. So soon come some new stuff.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Well,
I know.
I do the things
Do
that I know that we have to
The
do.
depression is setting in.
Desi, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And also,
Thanks for taking a chance on this random man that approached you at a bar.
okay,
The homosexual energy is large, I get it, but like, still, you are a
that
man.
part. I wasn't.
You're a tall man.
I
okay?
might have been giving trade.
For a second, it was I like your vibe. Wait, what am I being propositioned?
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, nah.
Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Okay. Wow. Okay.
right, okay.
Love
My
y'all
name-
for real. Do
what you gotta do.
Okay, I'm doing
Yeah.
my thing right now, and wasn't giving trade, but
Choking on my own fucking space. Fine.
it feels so good to be back in general, but then also being at our home studio at Blind Barber Chicago, which is truly an extension of our TOS fam, and we cannot thank everyone enough. And then also, I just wanted to give some very special shout outs to people that really believe in the work that we have been doing and that we continue to do. Yes, we understand that we took a hiatus because it was very important for us and me personally.
Yes.
But I definitely want to...
You deserve time.
Thank you.
You fucking deserve time.
Thank you.
I don't know if anyone else knows this. You've been listening for a while, but like, Justin has a whole other fucking business that he is doing day in and day out. And he is a magical Negro. I'm saying it.
Okay.
He is. And I think that he deserves to take as much fucking time as he wants to do absolutely nothing. Because he deserves to do nothing, and we don't deserve him to be burnt out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say the same shit I say on our phone calls.
Okay.
On this.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just like, well, shit, I was on a roll here, but like...
You're on a roll. Keep
no,
going.
it's all good.
I'm your hype man.
But thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And I mean, you know, to kind of expand on that further, like Terms of Service is a industry platform that is built by the industry. It is for the industry. It is counterculture to traditional hospitality media, and it matters because your experiences, your stories, and your wellness is the absolute anchor of the work that we do. Because if it is not for you, then we simply would just be another publication that is trying to exploit the work on your back.
I'm unwell, but he is good.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and we appreciate all of your support. And also, speaking about that very specifically, in Solito Tequila, thank you so very much for the product and the enthusiasm around Terms of Service. I mean, their overall, you know, kind of brand principles are uncommon. You know, they are rare, extraordinary, unique, and that are direct principles that Terms of Service embodies. And then also, in addition to that, is our friends at Chinola. So thank you so very much, Aaron. We love you so much. Because this is the start of a beautiful relationship, and I cannot thank them enough. And also, shout out to the entire production crew. We have Diego here. Thank you so very much for capturing everything visually. And then also Katie, who we love so much, Katie McCourt. Absolutely popped off. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know, we wish her the best in doing her damn thing at Tales of the Cocktail, because she fucked it up in the best way here. Yeah. It was absolutely amazing. And you know,
you're an ally and a hero.
Yes, you are. Snap, snap, snaps all the way around. And on that note, you can find me on Instagram at thisisbiko. And I'm so sad now. I'm so sad now because like I love it so much. And I've missed this. I've missed it.
I
really, really have. So.
And me?
Yes, Nariba.
All right, my name's Nariba Shepherd. You can find me on Instagram at Rebaroo. See you soon. Bye.
Peace. Thank you.